Hello, my name is Chris Domancic. Welcome to this video podcast about Ableton Live. What is Ableton Live? Basically, it is a digital application workstation, which means it is a virtual studio where it enables you to make very fine customizations on one layer of sound or much more layers of sound. What's more is that Ableton Live helps you to easily create sounds and help you plan the process throughout in manipulating and editing these kind of sounds. So let's start with the interface. Now on the left hand side one can see the collapsible buttons, which one can find over here. I can collapse or expand each window. And what's good is that this is available throughout Ableton Live, so in every window I can collapse or expand to make room for other windows. Up here we've got the menus, the different type of menus. File menu, where you can create new live sets, save live set, export videos, edit, create features where you can capture new scenes, insert audio or MIDI tracks. We'll speak later about those. And the one important option which I would like to go is in the preferences section. So if you go on options, preferences section, here we can find different options which you can customize. For example, like the recording type being WAV or AIFF, which is the Mac format compared to the Windows format. The WAV Windows format, the bit depth, counting how much time you have to wait before the actual recording will start, and a lot of other different controls. We've moved on the next section, audio section. We can find the driver type, and this is very important for the first time if you want to configure your sound card. So basically, in here I've got a Focusrite USB to external sound card, so this would be an ASIO type driver. I've got my driver here, no device, Focusrite USB driver. I can choose how many inputs, mono inputs or stereo inputs. So the more, currently I have 4 mono inputs and 4 stereo inputs. The more inputs you choose, the less memory is available. And if we go back to our preferences, we can also see the sampling rate, which currently is set to 44,100 Hz, which is CD quality, and more information regarding latency, buffer size, etc. Moving on the file folder section, here we can see the actual places where data is being stored. So this is the temporary folder where Live stores its recordings. Obviously mine already set. And also if we go even further down for more options, we can see different content locations which are available here. Moving on, plugins. This is something where you will use when you want to add your external plugins, your external instruments, and normally those are VS2 type instruments or VST3 type instruments. And you can also have a plugin folder which you can set to add your instruments over there to be all collected in one place. So one important feature which can be found. So one of the important features in Ableton Live 10 is that you can actually have 2 different sessions of Ableton Live 10 running concurrently. That means that, if you want to pass from one project to another, you don't really need to actually close Ableton Live and start another session, but you can have 2 sessions running concurrently basically. And this was in the section over here, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, it was over here. Allow multiple instances. So basically in this section here, allow multiple instances, if we turn that section to on, that means that you can have multiple instances of Ableton Live running at the same time. And that would be great because you don't need to go from one project to another, but you can have them concurrently and work accordingly. It's more easier to work that way. Moving on the left hand side, one can find different collections where you can actually label your sounds for easier retrieval later on. You can also search by category for sounds. This one is guitar plugs, brass, different drums, drum hits, drum racks, different kind of drum cymbals, toms, congas, 808s, 909s, etc. Also different instruments which we already went through. Audio effects, different audio effects available which you can add to each channel strip basically. These here are the different channel strips. So currently I'm using channel strip number 5, for example. MIDI effects, which you can also add to your MIDI channels. We'll go into the difference between audio and MIDI channels later on. Max for Live, plugins, VST plugins, clips and samples, where basically you can add a sample to your current project and continue working and mixing sound on that area there, over there. Down below here we find places, which basically are different user areas. Here we can find the Ableton Live packs, which are available with Ableton, with this version of Ableton Live, this suite version. User libraries, where one can store preset grooves, can store clips, instruments, racks, and in my case, my current projects. One good thing also that you can easily add a folder by clicking add folder, and in this folder you can store different sounds, wave sounds, which you can use for a current project for easy retrieval. So that was an introduction about Ableton Live 10. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. If you have any questions, please post in the comment section. Thank you.